Hey everybody, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So we've got some new colors. So Letsresin sent me their dark colored UV resin kit. It is 18 colors. So I did open it and I took the time to put all the tips on, because if not, we would have been here for half the night. So we've got pink and dark blue, dark cyan and yellow, green and royal blue, orchid and purple. We've got black and red. We've got regular blue and regular orange. We've got brown and olive green, light orange and light purple, dark brown and white. So obviously we're not going to use all 18 colors tonight because, you know, you guys will be asleep before I get through all of them. So we are going to pick out a few. So I'm just going to put these back in my box here for a little bit, because they also sent me their cabochon kit. So this comes with some open bezels. Well, I think these are called closed bezel. I don't know. You can make a cabochon and put them in it. I have been in my pool all day, guys. I am tired. My brain is not functioning. It's been 100 degrees here today, Fahrenheit. So, yeah. So, we are going to make a few of these cabochons to put in here. And let's take a look at what we've got here for molds. Okay, so we have the oval, the round, the heart, and the square that will fit into these bezels. The teardrop, there is not one in here. And then we have some other ones that, you know, we can either make for pendants, keychains, pocket hugs, you know, anything like that. So we're going to do a couple of these, and we will do a couple of these. So the whole time I was in the pool, I kept thinking, like, what do I want to do with these? So I think for one of them, I want to make like a clear front. And then I was actually thinking about using the new Chameleon Flakes in the light colors, and then backing that one with the black. So I think we're going to try that. I've only used 2 of these colors. Let's see. This is a violet blue. So we'll use this one, because I don't think this is one that I used. No, it's still sealed. So let me and the only Letsresin clear resin that I have left is the high viscosity. So I'm going to try it and we'll see. I might have to switch, but we'll see. So you also get this in the kit for the colors. It's like a little, you know, how long to cure. You know, why is it still sticky? Can I brush the mold with mica powder? Not recommended. It says it will cure properly, but you may need to put a thin layer of clear over the top. So yeah, it gives you like all your question and answers, your, you know, like your temperatures and all that. So, and it gives you all the different types of UV resin. So I use the clear hard type a lot, the high viscosity. I just now got their colored UV resin. And then they have the soft type. I've never tried that. I have this. I love it. And then that's just a little kit where you can get the little light, the matte, some little cups. So you can start without having to purchase too much. You can just buy a kit. And I will have the links in the description below. So, let me find... Oh, look at that. I pulled my black out right away. Because that's what we're going to coat one with. So, I am just going to let this kind of flow to the tip. And I do have my gloves out. I haven't put them on yet, but if I think I'm going to touch the resin, I will put them on. Wear your gloves, guys. Don't be like me. So I'm just... I just want a thin layer. I'm going to put that upside down. Now I do have a little bubble in here that I can see. So I'm just going to try and nudge that out. Because I want that front to be somewhat clear. Now I am, right now I have my dual-sided UV light out just because I like to work on multiple things, and I can turn my UV light away from where I'm working so I can, you know, just kind of get things going a little quicker. And I've just got a couple of like stubborn little bubbles. Now, if I would have already had my resin bottle tipped upside down, I wouldn't have had these little bubbles in there. All right, so that looks good. So I'm gonna pop that under the light. And then I'm gonna put my gloves on because I can already feel I'm gonna get sticky. And then we're gonna get a little cup and mix some of these flakes in. Because these looked amazing in resin. So I figured we'd start with this one, and then I'll do some colored ones. Come on. Wow, why is nothing working for me? Thank you. And I'm just going to take this little stick. And we're going to stir this in. Definitely going to need more. So I'm hoping by having a black back on this, you know, we're going to get a like more intense color shift. Because last time I just poured it in the clear and it was beautiful. But if we're going to back it in the black, hopefully, so we're just going to pour this into our cabochon. And I don't want to fill it. I definitely want to leave room for some black. So I'm hoping this is going to look kind of like an opal. So let me use my long neck lighter and try to get any bubbles popped. And we will get that underneath there. Okay, so while that's curing, let me, where's my red? My red, dark cyan, I want red, dark blue, and white. We'll do a red, white, and blue. Since we've got the 4th of July coming up. Is it going to be the last one? Of course. Of course, it's the last one. All right, so how do I want to do this? All right, so let's, oh, I don't want the cover. I just want the pointy thingy off. So I'll probably end up doing this in layers. So let's do the white first. I'm going to take all these little covers off just so, all right. So I want to do red, white, and blue. So I'm going to start with the white in the middle. And I'm going to try to go at an angle. I don't know if it's going to stay that way. There's the white. And there is the dark blue and the red. And we'll put a little bit more white in there. All right. We're gonna cure that. And that is all cured. So we're gonna fill this up with the black now. And then, and the black isn't going to be really, really dark. Because you want your light to still be able to penetrate through. All right, so we're gonna do that a little bit thinner layer. Try to get some of them bubbles out of there. Let me see. I am going to, if I can find it. Oh, right here. we're going to use this little scribe. I mean, the back's not really gonna show, but if we can get them out, why not, right? All right, maybe we can get them popped. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna leave that just a bit longer. And then we're gonna pop this one in and get this one finished off. And I do want to try putting a flower in one of the cabochons as well. Okay, so we have our first layer, and I'm just gonna do the second layer the same way. We'll start with the white again. And then we'll do the blue. And we will do the red. And then we're gonna, let me actually grab my cordless light so I can use both. And just move my colors. This thing is amazing, guys. If you guys don't have the cordless UV light, you really need to get it. You charge it, and then you can just turn it on. It works the same way as the other light. You have 2 minutes. Oh, hang on. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then lighting. If you put it on that, it's pretty much, I think it stays on for either 20 minutes or it stays on until you shut it off. So yeah. All right, let's put our covers on that for now, since I got 2 lights going here. And that way we can at least get one going. All right. That is all cured. And let's see. Oh, that is really, really pretty. So let's take one of our little cabochons here. I mean, our bezels. And that fits right in there. Look at how pretty that is. So I could have probably gone a little bit more with the clear. But now, is that fitting all the way in there? That is the, yes, it is. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my E6000. I'm gonna glue it in there. If I can. Let me grab my pliers. And of course, I always grab the small pliers instead of my big pliers. Oh my goodness, why can't I open this? Let me take my glove off. you know, you try to get yourself all situated, and you always forget something, right? Yeah, I used my teeth. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit in the center. Oh. Oh my gosh. I can't do anything with my gloves on, people. Not little work, anyhow. And I'm just wiping off any extra glue. For some reason, that doesn't seem like it is like wanting to sit in there. But it is because the glue is trying to come out, so we'll let that sit for a few minutes and see what it does. So let's get back to, because I want to test out a bunch of these colors. So that's kind of looking cool on that side. So we're just going to keep building our layers. We'll start with the white. That is hard. And as we come up, my layers will get a little bit wider because we have a little bit more space to work with here. I might have put a little too much white, but we'll see. And let's do the red. Saw 2 bubbles. All right, we're gonna put that underneath the light. All right, so I want to use a flower, and I think, let's see, let's do one of the square ones. So I am going to put the clear resin down first, and then we're going to put our flower in, and we're going to put the flower in upside down because we're working backwards. The bottom of this mold is going to be the top of our cabochon. So we'll just get these little bubbles. Try to come to the surface. So we're not getting any little bubbles in there. And I'm just going to try and scoop them out if I can. And just like that. And let's pick, what's this flower look like? Let's do this one. I think that will work. So we're going to flip it upside down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this in the green. So I am going to push this down a little bit. So we've got that, that clear UV resin coming up on our sides, because I don't want the green to go underneath this flower. Okay, so let's cure this. And how are we looking? So we, let's try one of the other blues. And we could just finish filling the back of it with a blue, because I don't think we're going to be able to see all the way through. So we'll use, this is the dark cyan. Like I said, I've never done this before. This is kind of just what I came up with while I was floating in the pool today. Let's do something red, white, and blue. And these aren't very big bottles, so that's why I'm trying to not use too much of like any one color. Okay, get that bubble. And I'm gonna move that. And we're gonna put that on this one. We'll start curing that. And how is this guy doing? All right, so that is hard. So let's find us a green. Okay, so we've had olive green. Regular green. Okay, so we have two greens. I think we're gonna go with the regular green. So I'm just gonna hold this up here. And then we can always fill it up with some clear if we need more. And they don't have to be full to the top either. I just want to make sure that there's no, like, no leaf sticking out. Anywhere. And I can see a few bubbles right in there. All right, so let's get that. Okay, let's see. Oh, and look at how shiny these are. That is really cool. So you have both, you have two different colors. You have the antique brass, it's what I would call it, and then you have the silver. So we did the first one in silver, so let's try, and yeah, that ain't gonna work. No, so we'll have to put our own flat back bail on this one. That's right, because that was in the other mold, the bigger mold. So that is the heart. All right, so let's and that one can go a little bit more. And then we will do one of the squares in the cabochon. And let's see, what are we going to do for a color with that? Let's see. We could do a purple and white swirl. Why don't we try that? Instead of, trying to embed too many things into them, let's kind of see what the colors are going to actually be. And I'm going to top this off just a little with some clear. Just because it does shrink a little bit, and I want to make sure that that can fit into this piece here. So I might actually even take some of the flakes that we used in the first one and mix it into one of these darker colors and see what we get for an effect. So let's see. That is lime blue. Ooh, violet aqua. We can mix this with, maybe with the light purple. All right. So I'll do 2 the next time so that, I'll get that out of my way. Just got a little bit longer. Okay, so we're doing 1 square already with that. We did an oval. And what else do we have? We have a square, an oval, a heart. All right, so we did the oval, square, heart, and round. All right, so we'll do 2 silver and 2 of the, like the bronze colors. Okay. Oh, that is pretty. I am impressed on how vivid that flower looks. I will have a little tiny bit of trim. Look at that. That's pretty. Okay. So let's put some E6000. All right. Get them two drying. All right, so I'm gonna do the heart in the purple and white, and then we're gonna swirl it, and then I'm gonna put some of the Chameleon flakes in the violet aqua into the light purple. So I'm gonna get a little cup. I'm gonna do this one first because the swirl one I might want to get cured at with a faster rate. So this one's gonna be for the round one. And we'll put, I'm gonna move this because I know what's gonna happen if I don't. Where's my stick here? Oh, that is pretty. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. Because I had waited so long to get these, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to order them. And then I had them for like a month before I even was like, oh yeah, I had those. Let's play. All right. So this one's going to go in the round one. Now that is the light purple. So we will have to mix up some more, which I kind of had a feeling. All right. Okay, that should be enough. All right. I do want to cure this a little bit before I do the next layer though, because if it's too thick, it's gonna get all wonky on me. I think that's what my problem has been before. So let's do our purple and white. We'll do a little bit, we'll swirl it, then we'll cure these two, and then we can top them off. All right, so this is the regular purple, and, oh, that's black. I wanted white. Did I already put that away? All right, here, white. I almost goofed and did purple and black. All right, so let's do some of the purple, some of the white, and let's kind of do that. All right, let's pop that under the light. And let's see. Oops, I got a flower stuck here. All right, so let's do another flower. Because I think these ones are going to make better pocket hearts than the ones that the mold that I bought for my pocket hugs because they're too big. So I'm gonna put the clear Letsresin hard type because that's all I got. Normally you would use the regular hard type instead of the high viscosity, but, and I know I've probably been saying that wrong through the whole video. I'm just now realizing what I said. Like I said, the sun's got to me today, guys. And I do want those bubbles out. I got something black. Let's see. I'm just trying to get these pesky little bubbles out of there. And then kind of bring it back so there's no, I mean, there's another little one in there, but for the sake of the video, I don't want to be here all night, guys, because I know you'll get all bored. All right, so let's pop that in there. And again, we are going to make sure that that clear runs up the side so that the next color that we put can't get underneath it. And let me use a piece of this. Let's see. Just breaking that stem off just to add a little extra something in there, another color of some sort. There we go. And I'll just put a little bit of green coming up on this side. Just so it has, you can see that there's, you know, something behind it. All right. So now we can continue with our other two. Ah. All right, so let's get this little one filled. I'm just turning my light so it's not beaming. I love both of their lights. I really like their, the wireless one. I just find that it takes more space, like on my desk, to get it extended down onto the pieces. And I don't have that big of a workspace. All right, so we've got that done. Now we will go back with the purple and white. So we have white over here. So now I'm going to put the purple on this side and the white on the other side. I don't know, guys, what this is going to look like. I am just playing here. And Pesky few bubbles. Okay. And we can pop those in. And we can, all right, so we did the green on the last one. Let's try the royal blue and see what the royal blue looks like. I was thinking about doing the red, but I don't want to have it contradict with the red flower. So this time we will do, you know what? Let's do a clear coat first. And now see that got the light and it cured, even though I had it away from it. I want to put some sort of like a sparkle or something in here. What to do. Let's, all right, we're going to use the Marabou. We're just going to put one drop. Oop, so that was way more than one. Because I'm thinking if we put this glitter in this layer, then when we put our blue on the back, it should, that sparkle should really show up. At least that's what I'm hoping. All right. Let's finish this one up here. So again, we did the purple over there. We're going to do the purple over here. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not, but that's kind of how I'm doing it. And that one is done. Pop that. Pop that. And swirl this. Oh. Okay, so now we're going to use, I said the royal blue, right? So let's fill this up. And see kind of what we get for a look with that. I'm not even going to fill it up because I think we're going to put a clear coat on the back of this. Okay. That in. And then we'll just top this off with some clear. I mean, I've got so many different ideas, but I wanted to see the colors first so that I would kind of, you know what they look like. So this, it did change a little bit. See how it's a little bit more purple than this one in the clear. So this was mixed in with the light purple. You can see it. And that's what that's gonna look like. Okay. And I'm gonna just pop this, I'm gonna move all this over here. So I can just put this down on here to finish curing. And we're gonna glue this one. But look at how pretty that is. And that is our flower, our flawless flower. And this one was with the clear, with the black on the back. So it definitely has, you know, a little bit of sparkle in there. And then our red, white, and blue heart, which I will probably end up making a pocket hug. Okay, let me move this. Okay, set this aside. Okay, so that one is done. And this one should be done too by now. Yep. Okay, so where is my hat cabochon? Right there, my hat thingy. Oh, that's not too bad. Got just a little trimming. I mean, I could have put a little bit more in here, but we really, you know, it depends on how thick you want them. And that fits right in there. That is so cute. Okay, let's get this one glued, and then we're going to take the last one out. And then we'll let that dry. I'm dying to see this one. So again, a little trimming. I could have filled it up more, but so we will do, oh, we had a little bit of a bubble there. Oh, look, you can see some of that glitter went through, but not everywhere. That would have been so, so pretty it's almost like we had a piece of the first layer underneath. There was like a spot. There wasn't any resin. But it's still pretty. It's still, we've got that little bubble right there. Yeah. And then I will just take my deburrer or a nail file and just file that down. So these will end up being pocket hugs. I mean, we could make them into keychain. You know, you could do anything with them. But I think we're gonna make these 2 pocket hugs. And that way I can pull out my cards and see how they fit on there. So yeah, so those are the 2 from the bigger cabochons, this one. And then these are the ones that go with the bezels. So there's those 2. Those are the first 2. No, this was the first 2. These 2. And then we did these 2. So we definitely will be playing with these some more, guys. But I've kept you on here almost an hour as it is. So I figured I better end this video now, because if I start another one, I'm going to want to do another one, and you know how it goes. So I will get some more ideas together, and we will definitely be making some more of these gorgeous, gorgeous little cabochons. And thank you so much, Letsresin, for sending these to me. I so appreciate it. And hopefully I showed some of the colors. I mean, we ended up using 2, 4, 6, 8. So we still got 10 colors to go. And we used 2 of the light Chameleon flakes. So there's this one, and oh, where's my other box? Let's see. Oh, these ones. So these are the intense Chameleon flakes, which these are, you know, much darker, and these are the newer, lighter ones. So you have the darker box and the lighter box. So that's how I tell the 2 apart. Alrighty, guys, I will see you on the next live. Thank you so much for hanging with me, and let me know in the comments what other combinations or what would you like to see me do with these beautiful new dark UV colors. So yeah, put that in the comment and we will do a video on it. Alrighty, guys, bye.